Well, thanks for letting me into your living rooms. Yeah, I'll pretend not to notice you haven't bothered hoovering. Yeah, me, I'm obsessed with tidying now. Ever since I realised there was one programme that wasn't just content with beaming an electronic signal into your home, they send along a whole camera crew as well. You know what I'm talking about. Hello, good evening, welcome. I've just been taking a peek through the keyhole of a very famous actress. But enough of my personal habits. Because it's time for another programme in which we do our damnedest to appeal to the envy of the man in the street. And so, all you poor, unfortunate, first-time buyers, drool as our style expert shows you just what kind of palatial home you could live in if you weren't so firmly shackled to your own mundane existence. And so, over to you, Lloyd. Thank you, David. Wow. Here I am in a rather splendid oldie-worldy courtyard belonging to someone... with an affection for horses, I see. But now I'm just about to crawl through the keyhole. And we can see by the period furniture that the occupant must be a connoisseur in the antiques world. Oops. There's someone at the upstairs window. Harold! Harold! There's some nosy bleeder sniffing around the yard. Whatever it is you're selling, we don't want any.
Oh, hang on, Father. Let's have a butcher's. Oh, God! It is an American gentleman from through the keyhole. We is gonna be on telly. Fine at last. Now here's my one chance to escape from the youth and your disgusting little habits. Oh, God. Empty that Edgar Allan. It must have been fermenting under the bed for weeks. Hang on, Mr. Glossman. I shall be down in a mo.
Nah. Do this, do that. Empty the Edgar Allan. Have some of this, you great Ponzi yank. Always be wary of people at the door. It used to be gypsies selling pegs. Yeah. Now it's Mormons selling religion. Still, I'm always polite when I pass one. Good Mormon. Yeah. Double glazing salesmen are top of the pest list. What with their heavy pressure sales technique all the time. Right, Mrs. Pensioner. Now, here's an offer you can't refuse. Now, can you, eh? Can you? Can you, eh? Can you?
No, thank you. I don't need any double glazing.
days. I'm knocking off half my commission for you. You ungrateful old slag.
I've already got double glazing.
What? Not now, you haven't. The worst bit is that initial knock. Yeah?
Hello. Remember me? I used to be your SDP Liberal Alliance. Would you like to buy a peg?
I shouldn't really. I felt so sorry for the Alliance at the last election, especially when they got lumbered with orange as a party colour. Now, red, that represents blood. The blood of the people. Blue, that reflects the mighty ocean. Red blood, blue ocean. Orange squash. Yeah, the voter from Del Monte Newtown, he say.
No.
The Green Party, they aren't so cabbage-looking. Oh! Insulting physical appearances, are we? Well, life depends on plants and the miracle of photosynthesis. So vote green, it's good for your eco. And blessing are the meek, for only they had the bottle to drive a Sinclair C5. Yes, vote green, plant a shrub, and don't get stung by the sidewell bee. I think David Bellamy is great. Now, he really cares for the environment, whereas most people think that harmony with nature is a hairspray. Thankfully, aerosols are being made a lot safer now. I can't wait for the TV advert. Paul McCartney, up in his bathroom. I'm fixing a hole in the ozone layer. To stop mankind from smoldering. Oh, hello. Yeah. New ozone fix with that great smell of mold. Yeah, yeah. The entire ozone layer depends on it. Are you into heavy metal? You might be without even knowing it. Mercury traces are being detected in our wildlife. Where's it all going to end?
You're so
I don't mind rabbits, but I don't like rats. They're dirty, aren't they? They must be. You've heard it said in gangster films. You a dirty rat. You a dirty, dirty rat. Still, I don't suppose it would have worked with. You a dirty aardvark. Or, you dirty bush baby, you. Poor old animals. Yeah, they've always had such bad press in movies. Yeah, you dirty old rattlesnake, son of a one-legged jackrabbit, double-crossing coyote, yeah! And what about leeches? Leeches. Get them off of me, get them off of me. I can't stand leeches. Dirty little beggars, get them off. Hold on, Charlie. I'll get them off for you. No, don't pull them off, miss. You'll leave their heads in. Get some salt. Now, you have the nice big juicy one, miss. Now. I just bought a Desmond Morris book called Dog Watching. Fascinating animal, Desmond Morris. Dogs, too. Yeah. I used to have a dog when I was a kid. Yeah. A thoroughbred mongrel. Yeah, he was a sort of a cross between a Labrador and an Airedale, with a touch of Alsatian and just a hint of Shetland pony. But all these years later, I thought, what a stupid name for a dog. Rover. He didn't look anything like a car. But some people do name their pets in accordance with their appearance. Like, for instance, I've got a mate, right? He's got this dog. He's got a leg missing. He's called it Tripod. And every other day, his girlfriend takes it for a hobble in the park. Right? And she doesn't care. She shouts, Tripod, Tripod, where are you? Poor Tripod's gone down a grid somewhere. Yeah, now, when my mate takes it for a hobble, it's different. And somehow he regrets calling it Tripod because he seems embarrassed and ashamed somehow. He calls it like this. Dog's going mental. Thinks it's got two names, Tripod and... Still, he called it what it looked like. A neighbour of mine once had a couple of stick insects in a toffee jar. Yeah. And apparently, when they were breeding, half the estate would be round. Whoa, go on, Twiggy, give me some stick. I've got a cat called Kipper. Doesn't look like a smoked herring. Yeah, but it's always asleep, you see. All right. Have a moan. But I called it what it looked like, that's the point. Yeah. Many years ago, I had a pet tortoise. I spent many an afternoon in the back garden with Dickhead. Hey, Dickhead! Come out to that rhubarb! That's when the guy next door would look over the fence with a handful of rhubarb. Yeah, I think it was the British who said that dog is man's best friend. But I have to come to the conclusion that man is dog's best friend. Unless the man's from Korea. In England, dogs can sleep in a basket. In Korea, they served him one. Yeah. Just suppose British and Korean eating habits were reversed. What a revolting thought. Ugh. Imagine a British housewife out shopping, right? Good morning, Matthews. Oh, good morning, Mrs. McCready. What can I do for you? Give me a couple of chihuahuas. My husband likes a snack when he's on nights.
Right you are, culture hours coming up. And I suppose with Christmas being just around the corner, you'll be wanting to order your St. Bernard. They're beautiful.
Yeah, put me down for a 275-pounder.
And how's about a nice, juicy sausage dog?
How much is that one in the window?
Oh, you means the one with the waggly tail?
No, the one hanging up by the ghoulies. Reincarnation is a subject that's always fascinated me. I mean, just think about it. If people genuinely believed that they were going to come back to this world after they died, they might not leave it in such a bloody mess when they go. Yeah. And what would you come back as? A lower form of life? A single-celled animal like the amoeba, constantly dividing.
Hey, I'm gonna split, man.
Or a herpes virus constantly burrowing into somebody's gums. Or even the lowest form of life known to man. One of those slimy, horrible parasite things, estate agents. Still, whether you've been born again or not, destiny still leads you into various occupations. You know, I've often wondered just what jobs some famous people would have if circumstances had been different.
Hello, folks. Captain Milligan speaking. We're now flying at 27,000 feet. Not bad for a Channel ferry. Relax, folks. We are now entering Soviet military airspace. Oh, look, a MiG. Hello, MiG. What? We've been hit. The fuselage is on fire. Folks, you may now smoke.
Hello, I'm your new priest, Father Grayson. Hey ho, what a prey day. Well, may I say, oh, what a lovely flock. Just look at the muck in this pulpit. And shut that vestry door. Well, I can't wait to hear confessions. It's almost like being an agony aunt. Sat there listening to all those sins, shaving my legs. So this is St. Everard's. It's only a small congregation. I suppose some of you must have defected to that alternative church down the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Sunday Night Live! Come on. Well, if during tonight's sermon, Father Elton here should fluff a line, heaven forbid, ladies and gentlemen, do not blame me. It is not my fault. It is Mrs. Thatch. It's her fault. Sitting at home in her drawing room, sticking pins into my effigy. Damn you, Thatch! Well, what's in the news this week then, eh? Alternative energy. Well, one of the best sources of alternative energy is, of course, wave energy. Absolutely true. Hook Her Majesty up to a generator and there you have it. Energy supply. Oh, everything out of the Royals there? Well, you've got to have your say, haven't you? And then let us not forget my favourite, solar energy. That's where we incinerate every single copy of the Sun ever printed. Won't create any power, just make me feel a lot better. Oh, I've seen a few journos at the back there. Right in hell, you bastards! And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have what is known as wind energy. That's where the mouth of a trendy left-wing alternative comedian is covered in the national grid and solves the entire country's energy problems. That is Frome. And then this is Thatch, your new... Yeah.
Mrs. Thatch, your nuclear program can die happily ever after. Amen. Oh, it's been a bit sexist there, person, sorry. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, ladies and gentlemen. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Well, on the subject of nuclear energy, I suppose you know what the initials BNF stand for. British Nuclear Fuels. Or in Chernobyl, Big Nuclear Foul-Up. Mind you, over here, they'll have you believe it means be nice and friendly. Still, you've got to hand it to them. They've spent millions and millions of pounds on cleaning up their image. Have you seen that advert where that huge hand builds that day visitor centre and then it sort of plumps that woman down? And then she says, and I'm not an actress, I work here. What you don't hear her saying is, and the fella who owns a big hand, he's worked here longer than I have. Cumbria is a place close to my heart. I was up there only about 15 years ago now. And, I don't know whether you're familiar with Cumbria or not. It's that place that sticks out over Lancashire like that. And it's sort of radioactive at the end. You know. I was working in this little coastal village, a place called Excremont. And I was... Anyway, I was in it for a couple of nights, right? And I was working at the Working Men's Club. It was empty. Still, I went well down with a committee. And how you do? Yeah. And the concert set came up to me after the show and he said, "Here, Phil, do you realise this little club here in the middle of nowhere? It's the headquarters of the world's gurning championships. And people come from all over the globe just to pull faces here in this club. And you'd lick the lot of them with that mush. I want you to enter the gurning contest next Wednesday and I'll back all my money on you. Win a fortune. And you'll get as many Chewits adverts as you want." Well, I was a bit skint. I said, "Right, you're on. Put it there, pal. Right, next Wednesday, gurning contest. I'll be there. You'll see. I'll win." He said, "Great. Right, Phil, you've agreed to do it, but what I'll have to do is phone you up the night before, Tuesday, about 6 o'clock tea time. I'll give you all the details over the phone. You tell me exactly what you're going to do, and I'll categorise you in the little leaflet." So it gets to 5:30 Tuesday night. I'm thinking, I've left it a bit late. What the hell am I going to do in this gurning contest? This guy's going to phone up at 6 o'clock. Now, what the hell am I going to tell him I'm going to do? Because it's not as simple as pulling faces anymore. Every permutation of gurning has been done. I mean, most gurners have just whipped the false teeth out and wrapped the bottom lip over their head. Then they come walking out to the sea at Sellafield. And people passing by, taking the dogs for a walk, go, "Hello." One gurner is a bit of a hermit, lives up in the mountains. A couple of days before the contest, he comes down into the village. He stands in the village square, and all the guys come out the pub and stand round with the pint pots. And they watch him as he starts limbering up for the contest. And he dislocates an eye. And he lowers it down on the tendons. Very carefully and slowly, because the delicate things are eyes. And the trick is to catch it back in the socket, you know.
thought, what the hell am I going to do to beat this fella? Going to have to be good. Look at my watch. 10 to 6. This guy's going to phone up at 6 o'clock. Now, what the hell am I going to tell him I'm going to do? Oh, and it came to me. I thought, I know. I'll do a song. Nobody's ever done a song before. So here it is. The gurning song. I went along to Cumbria where all the gurners be, trying to learn in gurning with my gurnularity. I climbed up a mountain on a wild and windy day, and I met a fur young gurning girl in a gurn chalet. She taught me to gurnularity, gurnularity. She taught me to gurnularity, gurnularity, The bastard never phoned me up.